It's over, saying goodbye.
Welcome everybody to the Late Light Show. And no, I'm not Arturo de las Fuentes. I am Jessica Alvarez from Sync Musica. And I'd like to introduce our first performer and only performer for the evening, Mr. Loui Daniels, indie alternative rock artist from Miami. And he's going to be performing a song, an original composition, which is going to be on his upcoming album, released in July. The name of the song is Come Home. Once again, I'm Jessica Alvarez with Sync Musica. Hope you will enjoy.
I throw everything behind me. I've lost myself and then I run away. It was all so sudden one day. I decide to leave you and it hurts so bad. And I can't even explain it. I've been so stuck, is this the life for me? Am I all about adventure? Or 7 days with a working job that I don't enjoy? I have to find myself so sure and know what I'm about to this world. I need to clarify. It's been weeks already. I look around and all I think is you. I made a poor decision, but at least I had the time to push myself when I'm alone. Believe me, it's a struggle, but it's for the best of us, I know. I have to be a better man for you and me and do the things that inspire me to be. It's so hard to understand, but just know that I'll be back for good. I can't let you go for long. My baby needs me, my family needs me, and I think I need them back. My family wants me, my baby wants me, and I believe I want them back. Once I feel so sure, I will come with open arms. I'll be cleansed like never before. I just hope it's not too late. I wanna come home. I wanna come home. I wanna come home in your arms.
Welcome to the Late Light Show. I am Arturo de las Fuentes, and previously we had Jesse Campo introducing the wonderful Loui Daniels. How are you, Loui?
Good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
You sounded really great. Tell us a little bit about this song.
Well, it's a song for anybody that has to make big moves in life, in their own lives. Like if they feel very stuck about where they are at and they have to make a big change, they might have to leave everything behind, you know, if they have if they have a girlfriend or if they have family that they need to attend to. You know, once you found your place, you know, and you have that realization that, my gosh, they need me to come back, I would go back in a heartbeat, because, you know, I'd be missing out on what happens, you know, back at home. So, you know.
And where is home for you?
Home for me, it's community, you know, where it all started, and it's tough to leave that because you're very comfortable, but you have to be uncomfortable to get what you want, you know. Like for me, like I'm very new to the music business, and I've only been at it for about 3 years, and you know, it all started with you know, the whole thing with COVID. I was an actor actually before I became a musician, and you know, things were doing okay, you know, but then I couldn't find any work, and you know, I struggled here and there trying to, you know, make a buck, you know, because in the Miami scene it's not very, you know, like, you know how you have entertainment cities like Austin, Texas, New York, you know, where we're at, you know, they have a lot of opportunities, but it's I just felt very stuck there, you know, and when COVID hit, it was just like, it just made it 10 times more difficult to really like want that, you know. So, but I give it credit, actually. I give it a little bit of credit, because during that time I had transitioned into being a songwriter, doing music, and it's always been in me to do it, because like ever since I was a young boy, I would, you know, sing at choirs in elementary up into high school, and you know, I'd collaborate with some of my friends growing up, and you know, we just didn't have, you know, the equipment to like really put it out, and you know, and then social media came along, and it's much easier now. So so yeah, so going back to the COVID period, I wrote a whole bunch of songs in that time frame, which is actually, it's all going to be featured in my debut album. You know, songs like Isolation, Hide and Seek, which is actually Hide and Seek I wrote in high school with a friend of mine who lives here in New York. Actually, he's not an artist anymore. He's a doctor, but you know, maybe I'll hit him up and be like, hey, you need a client? I don't know. I think that's a little weird, but but you know, he's a really good guitar player. He actually co-wrote the song with me, and you know, my manager John Tovar, God rest his soul. I got a lot to say about him, but going to that topic, he was like, okay, we need to find some songs that you might have written in the past, and that was one of the ones that we plugged in.
You mentioned John, who was your former manager,
Yeah.
but these days, Jesse Campo is, tell me about your relationship with Jesse and Sync Musica.
Right, so near John's passing, by the way, I think I should throw this out, because he was such a phenomenal, well-known manager. You know, he managed, you know, the Nukes, Marilyn Manson,
Cool.
At his prime, actually. The Mavericks, you know, I think you've heard of the Mavericks.
Yep.
They're a big country band, and they played all around in the Midwest. You know, he just brought so much life into my work, and gave me so much confidence, you know, and it's never died. It's never died down. It actually, when he passed away, it encouraged me even more to continue on the legacy he left me, so that I can show everybody, hey, you know, this is all in the help of John, and you know, putting the record out, and you know, so during the time when before he passed, he got Jessica Alvarez on board to, you know, to have my music out, get some of her interns, workers to, you know, get me publicists and A&R and, you know, social media management, you know, moving forward. And she basically took the mantle when he passed because she felt like it was the right thing to do, and I appreciate her for doing that. It's basically a part two, you know, of John, because she learned a lot from him. You know, they've had a relationship for you know 20, 30 years, and she kind of sounds like him sometimes. You know, she has her moments, and
Maybe he's speaking through her.
probably, you know, he's there somewhere. You know, I feel the energy sometimes.
And I understand that Jesse is putting together a few concerts in New York for you, right?
Yeah. So I'm having two shows. It's like a miniature tour, and you're part of it. And I'm very glad. I'm happy that you're gonna join in the fun. You know, you're very talented.
Thank you.
I've heard your new record too.
Thank
Bye to Yesterday is great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Really good stuff. So yeah, July 17th, we're having the show at. Well, they're both going to be at the Manhattan area. So it's going to be at the Berlin on July 17th. And then in July 19th, we're having it at the Mercury Lounge. I believe that the Berlin is going to be all girls and then me. And then the other show, all guys and me. So we have like a good balance, you know, of great talent. You know, we're having Joy in the Wildfire and Taylor Shore opening up. Very talented. And then at the Mercury Lounge, we're having you.
With the Koi Way, which is a
Koi
new
Way.
project that I'm.
Yeah, I like the name.
That I'm a part,
It's very
part of.
clever.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's with this very talented Latin musician called Victor, which I believe he's also going to be playing guitar with you.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, I have
so-
yet to meet the band. I hear they're great people. Oh, and
They
I
are.
don't
They're great.
I don't want to forget to mention Vicious Clay. They're really good. I've heard all their music, by the way.
Nice.
You know, I do my research.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So, everybody come out. What's the date again?
It's July 17th at the Berlin
Yes.
and July 19th at the Mercury Lounge.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And well, can you say your social media so people know where to follow you?
So my social media, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube under the same name at Loui Daniels Music. It's spelled Loui Daniels Music. I think I should throw that out there because sometimes people misspell my first name. I mean, even my close friends, even my own producer still spells my name wrong. I don't know how, but you know, I mean, it's a unique way of spelling it. Loui. It's
Yeah,
easier
yeah.
to find, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go with the difficult questions. Okay.
Oh.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
I've been enjoying life a little too much. eating quite a bit, you know. Hey man, you know, I'm still young, you know, I gotta do it at some point, you know, so it's not too late, you know. I get
So-
into my 30s, you know, it'll be a bit more rough. So I'm gonna
So wish number 1 would be translated like to gym bod? Is that what we're trying to achieve?
just to look good, you know, just to look you know, just normal, you know. I'm just gotta work on the weight. you
You're
know?
making wishes, so you might as
Yeah.
well like
Yeah.
try to look like Brad Pitt or something, you know? I'm just kidding.
I don't really care to look like I'm like this sort of model, you know, and like seeking that sort of attention. I don't know, but
Okay, so wish number 2?
my second wish probably would be the world to be at peace. You know, I think there's a lot of hatred and deception and just a lot of, you know, flaws that we see all the time in our surroundings. Sometimes it's not safe to go to certain places, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone has a reason to be mad for something, you know.
Yeah.
It's like out of our control, so, you know, I would wish that we could be at peace, you know. Like if we're living if this was heaven, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory that it is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is heaven,
Yeah.
and it's also hell.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
gonna
know?
say. Like, there's a heaven and a hell, you know, in one piece. But take the hell off the side, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Third wish?
Oh, I would say to be more at peace with my family. You know, they're very supportive. My mother in particular, you know, we have our differences in our beliefs and our opinions, and you know, she's very evangelical. She's very into her faith, and I think, you know, it's okay to have your sense of comfortability, you know. And she hates it when I say that, you know, to her, because you know, she thinks that that's the ultimatum, you know. But all of us have different, you know, ways of figuring out what the afterlife could be, or whatnot. I just wish that we can just respect each other, and you know, not have to dwell so much on the faith, you know, because it's like that's very personal, you know. And like, I know that I'm her son, so it means a lot to her, you know. She wants me to be a Christian artist, you know, and play, you know, Christian music. I just feel like that's very, you know, limited. I want to be able to write anything I want to write about, you know. I'm not to knock it, you know, but I just, you know, I just want us to be happy and like not argue all the time. It could be a bit draining, you know.
Well, speaking about faith, what do you believe in?
I believe that we're all matter, you know, because we matter, you know. We're, you know, we're a ball of energy, and I think like we're like the stars, you know, and we have our own constellations. Like, you have a constellation, right? And it's all compiled with different stars, like people that you know, right? I kind of think of it like that, you know, and I'm a little superstitious, especially, you know, after the death of John. I sense him, you know, at various times. Like, if I mention him sometimes, like the lights would flicker. I guess it won't flicker now because he wants me to shine on this interview. So it's not happening today, but we definitely had our moments. Like when I was doing my music video with Pabanor. He goes by Pabanor. He's a great, talented producer, filmmaker. He did the hide and seek music video project with me, and we went into the RV to, you know, discuss about the EPK and all that other stuff. And when I mentioned John to him, you know, that, you know, he's looking down at me and he's telling me that I need to, you know, continue to be at the same pace, you know, and the lights flickered, you know, and because he was agreeing with me. It's like it was very timed. It was like it was perfectly timed the way that happened. And like, you know, sometimes you can hear his voice, you know, like when I was sleeping in, I had to go to a meeting and I was a bit lazy and I was still sleeping. I heard in my voice, "Get up," and I'm like, "What?" And I just got off my immediately. I was just like, "Oh my God, okay, yeah, you're right," you know. So I think it's within our conscious too, because when we have people that we care about so much that we know, it tends to paint that image of, you know, reality for you, because, you know, it's connection. It's connection. Yeah.
So what do you think happens after death?
I don't think a lot of people will like this answer, to be honest. I feel like when you weren't born, it's like you were dead, right? Because you didn't exist. And then when you die, after you lived your life, you don't exist anymore. You're like back at square one, which I feel like is not something we should really worry about, because like you don't have a conscience, and you won't like really know where you are. So like, why even worry into trying to find the answer, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I just like asking the question to see what people say, you know?
No, no, I know, no. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. I mean, I could very well be a lizard, or a monkey. I don't know. I mean, I accept whatever happens. You know, I'm not trying to, you know,
Well,
find like some sort of.
I like to think that whatever you think can happen, can happen. For example, my grandmother, Rosa Maria, she believed she was going to heaven, and I believe she's there, you know, and I think she made it. You know?
Yeah.
But if she wouldn't have believed in heaven, she maybe wouldn't get there, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, she'll probably be at a
Yeah.
different place. You know.
well, I guess what I'm saying is whatever you believe in
Yeah.
might be it. Like, I think we're given the capacity to create. So, whatever we're creating in our universe is what becomes real.
Right.
So, and this, I believe, happens after death and also during our time here. Just like when you create a song, a whole universe starts existing from that song. And that energy that you transmitted through this song maybe will bounce off of somebody else, and that's going to create something more. You know?
Right.
So,
Like what you leave behind, someone will take and pass it through.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I gave you like two possibilities. I'm actually more into like you know, I would say reincarnation, I guess. You know, or just being a light somewhere else, you know. I think that would, you know, make more sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being dead and not being anywhere else. I mean, if that's the case, then, you know, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it.
For example, do you believe in like parallel realities?
Yeah, I mean, there should be a whole bunch of them, like infinity, you know, like.
But in this one, you're deciding to be a musician, right?
Yes, in this
And a
world,
songwriter.
in planet Earth, yes.
So, how would you feel if we tried to come up with a song idea?
Sure.
So your guitar is right there, so you can grab it. It's a time to get away. Gonna let you go, so better go away. Thinking of tomorrow, gonna run away. Don't have the answers, what we're trying to figure out today. There's only today. No thought But we're here today.
Today.
Let's be here today. Let's be here today. Oh man.
That could be the next part.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're onto something.
Yeah,
we're
I
onto
think you
something.
are.
Good job.
Yeah, man. Great.
So your social media and information of the concerts again?
Yes. So my social media is Loui Daniels Music on Instagram, Facebook, spelled Loui Daniels Music. Oh yeah, there's my
Spelled over
Ibanez.
here.
Yes. Yes. And you can find us at if you're in the Manhattan region and you have nothing better to do, not drinking your lives away, might as well share that with us.
Or even if you are, come and drink your life away with us. Yeah.
Yeah, at the good old Berlin in July 17th, and at the Mercury Lounge on July 19th. Thank you so much.
This was Loui Daniels in the Late Light Show. See you next time.
Diría que ser un Sagitario, a veces no me sé controlar.